What's up, everyone? I'm Justin from justin-ravelli.com, and I'm back with the final day, week 3, day 4 of Elena and my training. We're starting this session with the seated overhead dumbbell press for 3 sets of 8 reps while trying to get more weight than we did the first week. Compared to the lower reps we used on day 2 for shoulders and overhead strength, today we're focusing on getting in higher reps. We're doing this to not only get more reps in overhead while providing less stress on the joints, but to build additional shoulder hypertrophy and strength as well. As you watch our last working set of 8 reps, something I didn't mention about this exercise that people don't often take into consideration is the first rep of most overhead pressing variations. What do I mean by this? Have you ever noticed how most people get a spot with the first rep on presses like this, and then they don't need one with the second? If we ignore the fact that most people don't use full range of motion, and instead assume they are, with the dumbbells coming down to the shoulders, it's because the majority of folks use the stretch reflex or bounce on the second rep, but not on the first. The first rep is usually initiated from a dead stop, and the second reaps the benefits of the stretch reflex. Next, we're moving into a vertical pulling variation, where Elena's going to be doing chin-ups, and I'll be doing neutral grip pull-ups for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Again, I edited this down so you're just watching our last working set. I know chin-ups and pull-ups don't look or sound too challenging to a lot of people, but if you do these with full range of motion, avoiding swinging of the legs or snapping of the hips, they're definitely a lot harder than they look. Since we're training upper body today and mainly using this exercise for vertical pulling, strength, and back development, we're strictly using our upper body to complete the lift and to attack our goals. Here we're moving into a flat dumbbell press for 5 sets of 4 reps, where in week 1 we did 3 sets of 4 reps, and in week 2 we did 4 sets of 4 reps. The plan over this program was to use at least the same amount of weight we did the previous weeks while increasing the sets each week. However, since we haven't flat dumbbell pressed in a while, we also used heavier weights each week as well. Even though I talk a lot more about why we're using dumbbell presses here and here, a couple more reasons I like using these is because they allow you to rotate your hands and get a nice stretch on your chest before initiating the movement. This just means that they give you the ability to use a large range of motion if you're able to, and if you choose to do so. In the end, what type of horizontal pressing exercise you choose to do, like barbell bench presses, dumbbell bench presses, push-ups or dips, etc., is going to depend on things like your goals, injury history, and more. Now we're hitting some bent over barbell rows with an overhand grip for 3 sets of 10 reps. I talk more about why we're doing these here and here, but I also want you to notice while we're rowing, we're making sure we don't let the shoulders round forward or the chest to cave. Instead, we're keeping our chest up and making sure to retract our scapulae or shoulder blades. I'm reiterating this because a lot of people who use this movement for back usually end up shooting their heads forward and substitute rounding their shoulders forward rather than using the intended muscles of the back like they wanted to perform the exercise. And lastly, we finished today's session with skull crushers for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. We're using this mainly for triceps development, but if you want to find out more about why we're doing them and using this particular technique, you can click here or here. That is it for this program, and that's it for today. But there's going to be some fresh, unconventional content I'm pumped to be putting out soon. I also have more information on my website, which I'll include in the description box below. I hope this was useful, and thanks for watching.